Football is considered the nation's favourite sport in many countries. A perfect example of this is Italy, where Calcio, as it's known there, is a very popular and widely discussed sport. Victories like the 2006 World Cup are celebrated on a wide-scale level, whereas defeats are usually taken with humility. Unfortunately, some nations around the globe are too emotionally invested in football, with one player learning this lesson the hard way, as an unfortunate defensive mistake would ultimately cost him his life. So, join us as we take a look back and discuss the own goal that murdered a footballer. In order to explain exactly what happened, we need to go back to the 1994 World Cup, hosted by the USA. Having competed with the hosts, Romania and Switzerland, the national team of Colombia finished rock bottom in their group. They lost their opening game against the Romanians, meaning that their clash with the US would be make or break for their chances of progressing. Unfortunately, it turned out to be an absolute disaster. The Colombians lost 2-1 thanks to an unfortunate own goal by central defender Andres Escobar. However, the goal would end up costing much more than just their World Cup chances. Before the tournament, the Colombians were euphoric about the upcoming World Cup. In the qualifiers, they had managed to beat Argentina 5-0. So, going into the summer, the country spoke with one voice, collectively hopeful that their team would travel to the US with medal aspirations. Unfortunately, the reality turned out to be a brutal and disappointing situation. When Escobar scored the own goal in a match against the United States, his 9-year-old nephew said to his mother, "Mum, I know they will kill Andres." The woman calmed her son down, but sadly, the child's words turned out to be true. Escobar eventually returned to Colombia following the unsuccessful World Cup, in what was supposed to be a short stay before he made a move to the Italian giant AC Milan. On July 2nd, 1994, Andres and his friends decided to go to a club. Interestingly, his fiancée begged him not to leave the apartment. Andres went against her wish, and shortly after leaving his home, a group of men surrounded him. After taking out the gun, one of them, Humberto Munoz, fired 12 times, screaming the word "goal" after each gunshot. 6 of the bullets hit the victim in his neck. Unfortunately, the defender's life couldn't be saved and he died on his way to hospital. So, what was truly the motive behind this horrific crime? The main motive was obviously the desire to take revenge for an own goal during the match with the United States. Others argue that it was payback for lost money in football bets. At the time, the drug cartels that operated in Colombia would have lost a huge amount of money as a result of the defeat. Later on, over 100,000 people participated in Escobar's funeral. In 1995, the murderer, Humberto Munoz Castro, was sentenced to 43 years in prison. But what's interesting is the fact that he was released after just 11 years due to good behaviour. Well, that concludes today's video, and remember, we're inviting all football fans to join the free browser game FootballTeamGame.com. Simply follow the link in the description. Apart from that, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.